before you turn off and like worry about spoilers or anything, we're not gonna spoil yet. When we do, I will flash it across the screen and like stop it to show you guys. And that's when, if you haven't seen the movie, you could turn it off and move on with your day. And when you see it again, come back and watch this because it'll be interesting.
Or if not, exit now and then come back later.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Sarah Jane. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. So we just got back from watching Birds of Prey. If you haven't guessed from our look.
It was everything I expected a Harley Quinn movie to be.
Yeah, I agree. I really liked it. I thought the music was insanely good. I still have stuff stuck in my head. And I feel like it very much matched her issues with, like, I mean, in the trailers it shows that her and the Joker broke up. And all of the music, like, we listened to it on the way home. And all the music on the soundtrack is basically breakup songs. Or, like, directly involving the movie in some way, shape, or form. And it's hilarious. I like that they kept her in a completely crazy kind of way, but also had her doing, like, still saying psychiatry stuff.
I mean, she is a psychiatrist, so...
That was great. I think they took a different twist with some of the characters, and I really liked that. I really enjoyed the women power in this film.
They were good.
It was very good. They definitely veered off from the comics. I know they had already done that, but since they don't really want Jared Leto being the Joker anymore, it kind of made sense to go a little different of a way in these films because there is no Joker to kind of like...
At least be involved at this point.
So it was still really interesting. Spoilers? So spoilers ahead.
They didn't begin them with all of them together at the same time because, as you mentioned, it was honestly a good choice.
If they had brought them all together in the first like 15 minutes, half an hour, like most movies do, I think it would have been too much at once. Like them actually working together and being good at it, it wouldn't have worked because there's like a cop in it, and she would not have gone along with that
Renee Montoya.
if she wasn't stuck in the middle of something. So it made sense. Like, I think it made sense to do it the way they did it. Cassandra Cain, like, as a pickpocket, that's interesting, but she can, like, in most of the comics, we know that she's normally ends up as Batgirl or the Red Hood or some kind of variant. So, knowing that she's now with Harley...
This is a new variant.
We'll see what happens. I kind of feel like being with Harley would make her more of a Red Hood type thing, unless something massively bad happens, and then she could definitely sway into Batgirl territory. I found it fascinating that they waited for Dinah, Black Canary, to use her power until the end.
Well, I mean, when we saw how she used it, it was way more powerful than...
And it did, like, make her pass out. So I understand why she wouldn't want to use it. But she could also use it, like, with less of a force each time. She doesn't have to do it that way.
Maybe, but they did say that her mentor, her mother, was killed before she could even teach her. So, you know,
I mean, I'm sure it'll be difficult, but I think that she could really utilize that. Roman was more dramatic and annoying, in my opinion.
He really was. Like, the Black Mask that I knew was more calculative, cold, and especially kept his composure to everyone at any time, with a few exceptions, because sometimes when plans don't go out, you know, you're kind of okay to freak out about it. Yeah. But they really made him, like, all over the place.
Well, I guess in some ways it makes sense that they approached it that way, just because Harley is so crazy. They needed a antagonist that made kind of a humorous thing. That would also be why Victor Zsasz was a sidekick in this one instead of a villain. Like, technically, as crazy as he is, he could really be a villain all on his own.
I mean, he is nuts.
But they needed someone to play more of a serious role and someone to have kind of a humor added into it. And that's kind of what they did with Roman.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of added that humorous part to him. And it worked because it is Harley Quinn. But it was kind of annoying and it wasn't true to the character. So it really could go either way. I personally really liked the female strength in this with all of them. And I liked that Harley actually didn't want to kill the child at first. She wanted to try to do it the right way. But when you're pinned against a corner, what more can you do? The explosion of the factory, though, holy cow. Talk about ending a relationship publicly. Dang.
Yeah, but that could also have been bad because like a lot of us that know the Joker lore, at least for one of the three is that he uses a Lazarus pit to stay alive, which is why there's that smiling creature.
Right.
That company's chemicals may have gone down to there. So if that Joker is the Lazarus pit monster that we saw, then
he's going after her hardcore.
Maybe, if he cares enough.
I liked Bruce.
The
hyena Bruce.
I kind of was expecting to have the other hyena around because she does get two hyenas, you know?
Yeah. She'll get the other one eventually.
She will.
I really hope they continue on with some kind of story, but I just find it funny that, like, everyone in the Birds of Prey and plus Cassandra, like, they're all kind of serious and, like, into their own stories. And Harley's just every which way, doing whatever she wants. And towards the end, she's kind of like, yeah, okay. And, like, the end, you know, she kind of makes her own business, which I'd like to think the business is kind of like when she officially ends it with Joker and she has her own, like, place and she builds her own apartment complex where she's the landlord and there's villains and she can handle herself.
Or maybe she's an actual talk show host.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know. And we'll find out eventually.
I'm thinking she's gonna go the mercenary route in this movie because
probably.
Let's face it, she did just got off the Suicide Squad with a bomb in her neck, so it's like, as far as we know, it's still in there, you know?
I don't know. At least they paid ode to the original costume.
Oh, yeah.
Let us know in the comments what you guys thought of this film. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.